Oh, you know what? I have bad news. I'm so sorry. Nobody's heard anything that you've said. Oh, this is terrible. I changed the audio so many times. Um,
You're gonna have to
why
say
don't you
that
say?
again, Kurt.
I don't know if the world might have missed out on this.
Should they hear it again? Maybe they
Yes,
shouldn't.
yes, they should. They should. What you missed us saying was hello. We're here. It is early time still. And so those of you, the few of you that are here with us now, those of you that are here with us in the future that are watching the VOD, we were talking about Kurt's strange Christmas album that he got called Santa Claus is Canadian, which apparently was given out for free by the people that run like the lottery in Canada.
Why?
Why? I don't really know.
It's
And
not
then
100% clear. There is a passage on the back that says,
what does it say?
well, I could read it out in full if you want.
Yeah, what does it say? Is
Despite
it
the
a
hundreds of international borders Santa crosses each Christmas, no one ever asks for his passport.
Hmm.
But we know he's Canadian. After all, isn't the North Pole in Canada? Music, like Santa, is an important part of Canadian Christmas celebrations. That's why the Ontario Lottery Corporation, as a Canadian cultural project, commissioned a number of Canadian artists to produce a distinctly Canadian collection of original
wait,
Christmas music.
wait, so you're saying the Canadian lottery is considered arts and culture?
Yeah, that's our culture. Our culture is gambling addiction.
That's us. Since
Wait,
So
its
wait,
inception in
does that mean
1975.
if they are part of arts and culture, does that mean they can apply for grants?
I think they'd
No,
be
they're a
given these grants.
corporation.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're a crown corporation, I believe, under the umbrella of the Ontario.
Right. And so it
God.
might just be that they consider themselves to be arts and culture. It might not be that anyone else considers them even to be part of that. Is that
No, I wouldn't say that anyone would. Unless everyone really loves and wants to listen to the song. Do 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 do. Winner,
Oh
Gagnon.
yeah, it's a classic song.
It's the best sound.
Yeah.
It's the best.
That's a
People
deep
do
cut
like
for you
that song.
Ontarians out there.
Yeah, Winter Gagno is like people are gonna be like, wow, I feel triggered. I feel like I'm in a convenience store or a gas station.
I will bring it home. It doesn't get better. Since its inception in 1975, the Ontario Lottery Corporation has been contributing to the improvement of the quality of life in Ontario in many ways. Sports complexes, hospitals, research facilities, and much more. This album represents one more contribution to the Ontario lifestyle.
Huh.
Yep.
Was it a
The
time when
Ontario
being
lifestyle.
a lottery corporation was seen as such a obviously awful thing that they had to like actively try to be like, hey guys, we're not so
Fight the
bad.
gimmick.
We got Christmas albums.
Truly don't
The
know. It
free.
makes you wonder.
Yeah, I don't know, but I kind of want to travel back in time to find out like why, like whose pitch was this and why does it exist?
It's hard to say, but if you go to a thrift store in Ontario, you might still find your own copy of Santa Claus is Canadian. Sorry for the backwards here if everybody else is seeing it
I
backwards.
think it should be
No, I
forwards. I
think we
think
see
it's
it.
okay.
I think it's forwards. I think you're
Oh
right.
yeah, it is.
It's only backwards for you.
Well, that's rude.
Because Zoom is like, you would not like to see your face the way it actually is. You'll be
You don't
deeply
want to
concerned.
see this
You don't want to
normal
know.
You
face.
don't want to see this.
You don't want to see this.
Oh my goodness. Also, hello Lummox. I hope
Hello,
you are well.
Lummox.
Nice to see you
Huh.
in the chat. Boop
Hello,
ba-doop
Alex.
ba-doop boop boop. Can I do this? No. No, that's too crazy.
No.
Well,
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to open the PDF in Chrome and I thought maybe if oh it did work. Oh never mind. Just thought if I
What?
dragged and dropped it into Google Chrome it would open and it did. So never mind. So
I've
that's
just
an
been told-
exciting segment. What's that?
Don't forget, you're a standard moderator for this channel,
Don't
YouTube
forget.
says to me. I should let everyone know, not only did I forget, I've never been told until this moment, prefaced by don't forget.
don't forget.
That's my favorite way to tell people new information.
Don't forget.
forget.
Don't forget.
That's how I'm going to introduce myself at the next party. I'll say, don't forget, my name's Kurt.
Well, that's a great segue, Kurt. Because why don't you remind everybody out there who you are?
Hi, folks. My name is Yelvas Smithson, and I am a music historian who deals specifically with Lottery Corporation-based albums. Hi, folks. My name is Kurt. Don't forget,
Don't
I
forget.
am a RPG designer, a lover of RPGs, an enthusiast about RPGs, and today we are going to be playing the ineffable, inimitable Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. But who's we? Well, I'm joined by two others.
That's right.
Sure.
Don't forget, I'm Anthony, and I am a writer for children and also a lifelong lover of telling stories and playing games. Recently, I was told by a friend of mine that I am most purely me when I am sitting at a role playing game table, and that anybody who is to truly know me and meet me and become my friend must see me in that element. So I'm pleased to tell you that you are all seeing me in my purest, most condensed form. So
Wow.
you apparently know me best of all.
Wow.
And excited to be here, but there's one final person that you should not forget is here.
Hello.
Don't forget.
I'm Amanda. Don't forget that I'm Amanda or Vamp. I am here today to play some Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast and celebrate the arts and culture contribution of the lottery.
Uh-huh.
Yes, as we all know, in Canada, we'd be nowhere without them.
Important
Um,
Canadian culture.
yeah. I'm in a bit of a different location today because I am going to fly away to a warmer place tomorrow. So
Wow.
And this
that's
is
why
closer
I
to
look like an anime villain with my glasses right now because of the lights reflecting. And you can't see my eyes, you know?
Is the world going to receive no Amanda streams for several days?
no way. This is a working holiday. No way Amanda's leaving for 5 days and not making content. Tell me I'm
It'll
wrong.
be it'll be 5 days there. I won't be at my normal setup, but I might do some vertical lives on YouTube for people that are interested. You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch at VampX13. That's vamp like a vampire, the letter X, and then 1 3. That's my username, which is also why when I say you can call me Vamp, you can, because it's my username. And you can also find me on pretty much all socials under that name. I am a streamer, YouTuber, cosplayer, actor, general weirdo on the internet that really loves usually pretty nerdy or geeky things. That's where
That's
I'm
the
at.
truth. That's the truth.
That's just true, folks. That's just
Yeah.
true.
And the place where you
And
found the three of us this evening
yes,
is a place called Lies You'll Enjoy. A place where, in service of some indie tabletop role playing game or another, something which lets us tell stories, we are going to lie to you through our teeth with no remorse for
No
upwards
remorse.
of an hour and a half. Who knows how long it'll be. That's right. We're going to pretend to be characters that we are not, and say things that we don't mean, and pretend to be in places that we have never been and will never be, and we swear by that, though it could be a lie. And today, we are not only returning to a campaign that we've been playing for a while. This would be session 9 of said campaign, but also I should say what it is. A campaign of Yazeba's Bread and Breakfast.
Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast.
That's right. Say it with me, Amanda. Everybody together. Ready? 3, 2, 1 on Zoom. Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. Kurt, I noticed you didn't participate.
Yeah, I find it uncouth to speak at the same time as anyone else. And you could have jinxed me, and then I'd owe you a soda.
Kurt's a very proper little boy, and never likes to be uncouth. So
No.
that's something important to know about him.
I try to be courteous.
Oh, I've never heard you
Oh.
make that joke before. Oh no.
Oh boy.
What do you mean? I don't see what the joke is.
Okay.
Oh
There.
boy.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay. Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. It is a game which is kind of like tuning in to like a cartoon show that you watch as a child, where like you wouldn't know who all the characters were, and they could be coming back at a different
You
time.
wouldn't know. Sorry. Decided to be uncouth.
That was quite uncouth, Kurt.
It's quite shocking.
Each time we play Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, a game set in a bed and breakfast owned by a witch, who maybe traded her heart for the bed and breakfast, something of that sort.
Yeah, maybe.
It's always September 15th there, and it exists in a place between places. Every time we play, we become different characters. We'll swap characters. We'll bring different characters to the table, not the same people every time. And we are weaving the story of the bed and breakfast itself and its residents and guests that come along with it. But today, a very special event. We're not only returning to a campaign, but we're returning to a session. That's right. Last week, we got through the middle of an excellent chapter of this game called Snickerberry Season, and then the streaming gods decided that we had done a terrible crime of having too much fun on the internet, and we were robbed of our ability to stream to the world.
The fullest.
So we had to stop. And tonight we come back. But don't worry, if you weren't here last time, haven't had a chance to catch up, we will totally fill you in. You will catch up in a second. Does anybody want to tell us about what Snickerberry Season is about?
Yes, it's about snickerberries. This is when they bloom, they blossom. What does fruit do? This is when they appear and they're in season. What does fruit do? Does it blossom? Does it bloom? Is that only flowers? It grows.
It fruits, right?
It
like literally
fruits.
Yeah.
Is
a
that
plant
what we said?
fruits.
That's true.
Sure. Fruits at this time of year. And we have a contest where we collect all the snickerberries, and whoever can collect the most gets the biggest slice of Parrish's snickerberry pie. And so this is a contest for us to see who can get the most snickerberries. So that's what we're here doing. And we have a fun cast of characters that are with us today. Kurt, do you want to talk about who we have?
Today we are joined by a few well-meaning or less well-meaning folks. We have the Moon Prince, who very recently crash-landed on Earth and is getting used to it. Very, very new to this planet, totally dazzled by it, but boy howdy, it comes with its challenges. Hey Kid, who may or may not be of demonic origin, no one is to say, but Hey Kid is a rambunctious kid who lives at the bed and breakfast, has a three-headed dog, has a great time, and Hey Kid is the real driving force here of Snickerberry Season, has brought everyone out here in a sense. There's Gertrude, who is just a sweet, if sometimes moody teenager trying to find her way in the world, who incidentally may or may not have locked away her heart just quite recently. We're going to find out how that works out for her, poor Gertrude. We have Percy Combustion, a flame elemental. Percy is just a big softie, just a real big sweetie made of fire. We have Alex Dullahan, a cool biker. He or she, depending on her mood, is out here being enigmatic, being cool, maybe providing a little bit of guidance, but maybe not. Depends on the vibe. And finally, we might have an appearance from the magic skeleton Rag and Bones, who we all know is a dastardly mustachioed type of figure. But surely won't run into them today.
No, of course not.
That's not going to happen. They would never interfere with this.
I'm pretty sure we kept that completely secret from everybody watching, that we'd put Reagan Bones in the sheet last time, but now our secret
Well, we
is
certainly didn't put him in the sheet this time either.
You just show up at any time. You never know.
You never know. Not with Rag and Bones.
We also played last time, obviously before the internet decided that it didn't like us anymore for a minute. Not even the internet, really just Streamlabs was rebelling for some reason.
Strange.
But before that happened, we did get partway through our chapter. Do we want to recap for people, like maybe what happened last time, just to refreshen everybody's memories?
Sure, we can get real brief about it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, do you want to take the reins since I've done something and Amanda's done something, or would you like one of us to?
You can also all do it if people have different things they remember.
Fair enough.
I mean, I only remember where we are at the end. I don't remember what happened up to this
What
point.
happened before? We basically came in and Moon Prince was kind of shown by kind of brought into the fold by Hey Kid of like, this is what we do. This is Snickerberry season. And then Moon Prince, who I was playing, who sadly I don't have my Moon Prince spectacles with me today. I'm sorry. I do have these spectacles though, so that's something.
Something.
Moon Prince, it's something. Moon Prince was, I think, trying to figure out what was going on with this competition and did end up at one point stealing from Hey Kid, which caused some drama. Not knowing that this was not allowed and was told off basically by Gertrude. And then after that, I feel like Gertrude kind of felt a little bit bad because Moon Prince just clearly didn't know. And although Gertrude was warning Moon Prince about misbehaving and how Moon Prince wouldn't be here very long and was kind of being a little mean to Moon Prince, eventually she kind of softened and she ultimately decided that she was going to show Moon Prince one of her favorite bushes. And that's kind of where we left off with them. In the meantime, we've had some side characters running around also trying to collect berries.
Alex
And that
is
would
there.
be Percy and Alex. Alex is there. Alex, I think, trying to connect a little bit with Gertrude after being there when Gertrude lost
Correct.
her heart.
Yeah.
And trying to kind of boost Gertrude up a bit as well.
Yeah.
And Percy just, I think, genuinely there to have fun collecting berries and just have a good time, really.
Is
and
Dog
we
Dog and
also
Dog
established.
there, or is it? Have we just mentioned Hey Kid's demonic dog?
I don't think they're there
Okay.
right now. Like they could be around though,
Okay.
technically, if we wanted.
Because I think like
Um,
one Chekhov's gun left early in this episode was that Hey Kid was there and a little fiery. Oh, that's right. Okay, now I filled in. Okay,
Hey
Hey
Kid
Kid's
did
there.
say that Percy reminded them of their dog.
Correct.
That did happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey Kid of demonic origin. I don't know if Hey Kid's very flamey, but there you go. But so Percy definitely is quite a
Yes.
flame, and immediately got told off by Gertrude about like, are you allowed to be in the forest? What's the current like fire safety rating? You know, like when you go camping,
Yes.
and
That
they
also
have like their dial. And then Alex Delahan has a flaming head. He's got kind of like a headless horseman, crazy flame skull going on. So there's a lot of fire.
We didn't realize
in the
it when we
woods.
picked everyone, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of fire in the woods.
Yeah.
Anything awful could happen at any moment. And I think we also established that Hey Kid likes to call Percy like combust
Combustion.
combustion.
Just
Yeah,
combustion.
combustion. Just their last name.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So that was kind of their nickname, and Percy seemed to like the nickname. So yeah. So there's been some bonding also between other people, but definitely I think some tension between Gertrude and almost everyone in this chapter.
Interesting. Just so you know what to expect as we begin to play here, Amanda is playing the Moon Prince, brand new character. No one's ever played them before, and they use they them pronouns, which we will probably not do very well at. We called the Moon Prince he a lot of times last time, but we'll do better.
We're gonna try to do better for Moon Prince.
Kurt is playing Hey Kid. Does Hey Kid also use they them pronouns? I'm just reminding myself of this. I don't know.
I am playing. Say, did we ask who I'm playing?
No,
I'm
you're playing
playing
Hey Kid, but I
Yeah.
forgot Hey Kid's pronouns. Are they them as it's written? on
They,
the
them, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. So Kurt's playing Hey Kid. I will be playing Gertrude. Amanda's also playing Percy, Percival Combustion, our big flame elemental. And both me and Kurt are playing Alex Delahan. And there are no other characters in the sheets who might be large skeleton men.
None of them. No.
No. Okay. I think we're almost ready to go. The last thing, should we remind people about how the rules of this particular session go? Do you want me to do a quick little rundown?
Yeah.
Sweet. Maybe it's
Let's do
helpful
it.
for us.
We're getting berries.
We're getting berries. Okay, so here's how the whole thing goes. There are 5 bushes from which we can pick berries. And anytime you pick a berry, you are going to get a coin. You're going to get a coin for sure no matter what happens. But the more coins that you have, the coins represent berries, the more likely it is that you're going to mess something up. and maybe get stung by some of the thorns, or something bad's going to happen. So you flip all your coins. If any of them are tails, if you don't get all heads, you have to do a whoopsie. A whoopsie in this game is just an action, a thing that your character does that's sort of like one of their less good habits, or them not being their best self. So we'll do a whoopsie. We've got a couple special whoopsies for this session that have to do with I think we do. Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. Anyways.
Yeah. There are some whoopsies that have to do
Perfect.
with this one.
Nice. So you do a whoopsie. Some of the bushes have some really bad effects that happens when you do a whoopsie, and you're going to have to get yourself out of that in order to get back into the game. But you get your coin. If you get 5 of those coins, which represent berries, you can bank them, put them aside, and check off one of the check marks on our pie track. There's 4 ticks on the pie track. So once somebody's banked 5 coins 4 times, the session will end. We will get a berry stained basket, and whoever has banked the most coins will win the competition and will get the biggest piece of Parish's pie and can describe how they've won. The other things you need to know are bingos are kind of the opposite of whoopsies. It's things you do that are kind of like expressing your best version of yourself. If anybody ever does a bingo in this chapter, the first player to say dibs can steal your berries. That's just always going. So don't do a bingo. We should all be watching each other's stuff to see if anybody's doing a bingo.
This is like a chapter that's all about whoopsies, basically.
All whoopsies all the time. Special rule just for Kurt. If Hey Kid doesn't like how their coins flip, you can eat one of your coins and flip them again. Fun for you.
Eat one of my coins is a little confusing if we put it like that.
I'd say you're eating a berry, which is represented by a coin.
No, I'm definitely going to eat we're lucky we're not playing in real life, because I'd be crunching on them
crunching
coppers.
all those coins.
So you're going to eat digital coins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
like
then that
a
berry
slot
goes
machine.
back on the Yazeba bush.
Like a slot machine run by digitally provided through the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, responsible for Santa Claus is Canadian, a landmark 1981 holiday album.
Amazing. Last thing, this is just for Amanda. The Moon Prince has special rules. Moon Prince has like a whole side quest that's going on.
List thing.
They have a little checklist they're trying to accomplish. They want to do a whoopsie at every one of the bushes. They want to do a bingo and describe how blue the sky is, do a bingo and describe how red the berries are, and do a bingo and describe the colors of the flowers. So the Moon Prince's goal is just to love this place, to really explore it, because they're brand new on this planet. And if you do those things for every 2 you get done, you can get some special ticks on our long-term tracks to sort of grow these characters at the end of the round. That's everything.
That's
everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Great.
So that's what we're doing. There's a lot going on. A lot of coins.
I like that my
being flipped.
Co-hosts are just in the YouTube chat talking to each other, apparently.
We're all talking. It's fine.
We're all talking to each
We're
other.
all talking. Great. Okay.
Did you guys sign in on the guest book?
No, Amanda. You're the only person who signs in on the
we may
guest
never
book.
do that.
I signed in on the guest book.
Good work. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I also see that you have at least one of the spreadsheet documents open. So that's pretty good. Oh, you've got all 3. It's Anthony who only has 1. Nice.
What other spreadsheet should I have open?
Well, I mean, the guest and resident ones if you want them.
You.
I
don't need that.
And this is a hard
Cheeky
chapter because
bastard.
we have to know everybody's bingos so we can steal their stuff.
That is the one thing I kind of miscalculated here. I forgot about that. Oh well. So that is going to bring us to kind of this scene where we left off. And hilariously, we actually started to play this scene, but the internet did not share it with the rest of you. So we can cut back to the moment where we actually dropped out last time. So for somebody watching some edited together VOD someday when we're real big and good at this stuff.
Famous.
It'll be a perfect smooth flow, and you won't notice. You won't even notice a
Wow.
blip. We'll all be wearing different clothes, but besides that, doesn't matter. At that point, there'll be AI to like fix our clothes or whatever, you
Yeah, yeah,
know.
just AI.
Okay.
Uh,
So, where we're at is Gertrude's been rather defensive, specifically of Hey Kid, and suspicious of the Moon Prince for this entire berry picking afternoon, but does see something in the Moon Prince and try to make amends a little bit. Gertrude brings the Moon Prince to one of the most important secret bushes that is known to have great berries, and leads the Moon Prince off around sort of a bluff of trees to
would
this
you say that
bush.
you're showing kindness of a sort?
I would not say that,
No?
as that would be,
Okay.
I suppose,
A bingo.
a bingo of mine.
And then I could steal your berries.
Um,
It should be pretty dramatic because I just did that and you got very upset about it.
I think arguably that is what I'm doing. So yes, you can. If somebody called dibs, that might be
Hey
legitimate.
Kid's berries just got stolen. So Hey Kid's in a bit of a huff right now. That's where we left Hey Kid.
Yeah.
I do love the
Yeah.
idea of the Moon Prince stealing Gertrude's berries while Gertrude is trying to do an act of kindness.
You like that idea? Should I do that?
I don't know. It sounds
I
pretty
could try to
funny.
do it stealthily.
Maybe
You
vibe
could.
it out. We'll have the camera zoom into the scene as we see both Gertrude and the Moon Prince approaching this bush. And Gertrude is in the middle of singing this bush's praises, a favorite bush.
Yeah, we're just coming around the corner, and Gertrude is saying, "Me and Hey Kid, we always go out to this bush in particular. We found the biggest berries, like they were as big as the end of my thumb." And as you come around the corner, um, we look at the bush. It's just so beautiful and so big, and there's the bush, split perfectly in two by a giant plane of broken glass that has sliced right through the middle of it. Uh, the glass is recognizable. A piece of perhaps a crash landed spaceship with the same sort of like skewed metal and bluish tint of the spaceship that the Moon Prince came down in, I don't know, mere days ago. And the trunk is kind of split in half and part of it's hanging off. And Gertrude sort of stops mid sentence. Oh, it really was
Uh,
the most healthy bush.
I think that maybe the glass allows it to be reflected and maybe it could be enhancing the bush when you think about it. I think perhaps you could add some lights on here. It'll sparkle at night. That would be really pretty, says the Moon Prince. He gestures over to the bush. Where is Gertrude looking?
I think Gertrude's just sort of staring at the broken bush at the moment.
I think this is when the Moon Prince tries to take Gertrude's berries while she's distracted looking at the bush.
Absolutely brutal. Take
I don't have
my
to. I
singular
just take
coin,
them.
you monster.
And he coughs and says, "Dibs."
They
They,
Sorry. They cough and they say, "Dibs."
I think Gertrude doesn't really notice and heads up to the bush and runs her finger along the sort of the freshly sliced wood, sort of beautiful pale white and still sort of sticky with resin as she runs her fingers down it.
Um,
I guess things change, eh?
yeah.
There's
I'm. I mean, I used to be on the moon, and now here I am down here, um, on Earth. I never thought this would be possible.
Why
Things
did you
certainly
come
change.
here? Like, why did you have to crash land right here?
Well, I was just. It's complicated, I guess. I wasn't really allowed to do much on the moon. And normally, whenever I've been ordered to do anything in my life as a prince, my responsibility is to follow those orders. One day I'll be a ruler, and so it's important to know when to fall in line. But I just didn't, I guess. And I came down to Earth and I saw this one little part that looked kind of beautiful, but also kind of sad. It's one home surrounded by so much colors. And it seemed like a very interesting place to me. I've never seen something quite like this. So I decided to come down here where there were lots of colors,
So
but not lots of people.
you felt like you didn't belong up there?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out where I belong.
Well, I just have a little piece of advice for you.
Mm,
You might not be used to
what's that?
this as a prince or whatever, but when you see something beautiful, it doesn't mean you can have it. Sometimes things are beautiful because people already have them, and you can't just go take them. You can't just go land in any backyard and have it for yourself.
At that moment, we hear an intake of breath as Alex Dullahan struts into the scene, leather jacket gleaming in the sunlight. And Alex says, "Ooh, that's rough, kid." Gestures towards the wreckage, parts of which nearby here. Once crashed Ichabod pretty bad. Got the old girl running again, though. Hey, look at this. And then Alex leans in towards one of those split branches, turns towards Gertrude and says, "Worried about this?"
The bush?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta look.
Yeah, it was the best one. Me and Hey Kid, we had all these memories here. This last season we like always picked from this bush. I don't I guess things
Well,
change.
some things change, but there's some tricks too. And then Alex runs a light, delicate flame along the split twig and pulls it up together, fusing the resin back into a singular branch. And then it's standing up straighter. Maybe it really is reflecting something through that window. Alex shrugs and takes a few paces back and says, "It's okay to share sometimes. Just got to remember you leave a mess if you're not careful."
Gertrude like touches the branch. It can't be that easy. You can't just fix it like that.
But Alex is out of earshot. And it's not hard to be out of earshot because Hey Kid's still wailing over there.
I think Percy comes along and is like, I didn't start this fire. I just want everyone to know
What?
I didn't do that. I don't know if you saw that, Gertrude, but that wasn't me. I just saw some fire here. I've been very good.
Gertrude in the middle of like pulling berries off of the bush like stops and goes like, "Wait, what fire?
Um, oh, never mind.
Is there a
And
fire?"
Percy walks over and tries to grab one of the berries. And
Flip your coins.
no, fair. No. I think I had to flip a coin.
Yeah, you do.
What is it? Heads is good, tails is bad.
Head's good.
I did
That's
it.
good. You did it.
Success.
Nice. Percy, where's the... Hey, kid, are you okay? And Gertrude's gonna, like, rush off into the forest towards Hey Kid to go find whatever is happening.
The Moon Prince is gonna take a berry from the The bush with broken glass.
Nice. The Moonprint has 1,000,000 coins right now, don't they?
4 coins.
That's a lot of coins to flip.
I know, but I want whoopsies.
You don't want whoopsies.
Oh yeah, that failed.
Well,
Yeah,
Moonprince does kind of. Moonprint wants to do whoopsies at various bushes.
Oh,
but you can also just do a whoopsie, for the record.
Oh, I thought it had to be a whoopsie at that specific bush.
Yeah, it's
like
a
on
tricky.
the bush.
It depends on how we
do a
interpret.
whoopsie at the bush. So that's how I interpreted it. But I can see what you're saying. It's just like as long as you're standing near the bush, you would count it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could intentionally whoopsie. I did a whoopsie at the bush with broken glass.
And you do get a coin, just so you know.
Yes. I get a coin?
You do.
You do. Coin?
You just don't tick down the counter on the bush.
Oh, I see.
Wait. Don't tick down the counter on the bush?
Only tick down the counter on the bush if you
succeed. If
you don't, I think.
But you still get a berry?
You still get a coin, and for all intents and purposes, that's going to function that way.
Yeah. Okay. And then because it's the broken
my interpretation
glass.
of the rules is that you always take the berries from the bush. It's like a chaos mood where you always get stuff if you succeed or fail. It's just sometimes bad things
Let's say you do, because that makes sense. You're still going to get a berry even if you're a jerk at the berry bush.
What happens if we grab all the berries and we haven't completed the track?
Well, there's enough berries in the economy at that point for it to be completed, so there's just going to have to be some snatching.
Okay, so I did succeed, but as the Moon Prince goes to reach out to grab a berry, they cut themselves on the glass that's in the bush. I think, thought the glass was part of the berry. They didn't understand that berries didn't necessarily have glass in them, so they went to go grab like the whole thing with their hand, like this, and cut their hand pretty badly, like on their palm. And I think the Moon Prince cries out, having never cut themselves before. I don't think this has ever happened to the Moon Prince. Is this how we get berries?
Hey, wait. Alex is there. Alex is always there when Alex needs to be there.
Alex is always there when Alex needs to be there.
That's just it's a bit of the fun of berry picking.
It's very painful. This is fun? Pain is fun on Earth?
Well, I don't know about you, but I find things get a bit boring when there's no thorns near the berries. Didn't you find things a bit boring?
Well, I guess I did, and we didn't have anything like this. What do I do?
It's not just correlation. Oh. What does it look like when the Moon Prince bleeds?
Yeah.
It looks normal.
Great.
It just looks like blood, like human blood.
No worries, kid. And Alex strips off the leather jacket and hangs it on a tree, very suave-like, and just rips off a tear of the white t-shirt that Alex is wearing underneath. And it rips a little further underneath. There's now a gash across the chest, which is just...
You can see like some cool chest tat, right?
Yeah,
like on the shoulder, over the shoulder.
Yeah. Let me patch that up for you. And Alex's sort of rough hands grab the Moon Prince's arm and pull it over and begin to wrap around the hand. One time, I was racing. I shouldn't have been racing, but man, the horsemen of the apocalypse, they are cheeky. It just makes me want to ride. Gotta put them in your place, you know? Anyways, took a corner too fast. Burnt out. Slid across almost a full kilometer of gravel. Glass gravel. Down near the forsaken fields. and I just had cuts all over my body. I didn't have enough t-shirts in the world to wrap up those wounds. But ever since then, a little road burn, it doesn't even bother me anymore. That's what you win. That's the badge you get from something like this. This will be the worst one like this. You'll never feel it this way again. Savor it. And Alex finishes wrapping the bandage.
I will always cherish this pain. Says Moon Prince, and totally in awe of Alex, I think.
How could you not be? Alex is officially the coolest character, and it's not even close.
Percy,
What's Gertrude doing?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
No. Yeah.
Well, Amanda, let me ask you, what do I find when I find Hey Kid and perhaps a hypothetical fire?
I don't know. Kurt, what does Anthony find?
Back at the start of the berry patches, we can see that Hey Kid has had a bit of go.
I have 5 coins, so I have to tick something off.
You may choose to turn them in to tick off the first tick on the pie track.
Imagine if the Moon Prince wins.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
I ticked it off. Wait, but then do I still have 5? I trade them in, so now I'm back to 0.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta do some more whoopsies. Okay, got it.
Great.
Yeah, I think Hey Kid has is still kind of messy in the face, didn't have a tissue, and so you can see a little bit of dried stuff here. But Hey Kid has moved past it and is painting a picture with berry juice on the ground.
Like a nice white pale stone somewhere.
Yeah. I think there's some sort of sandy dirt. I imagine this sort of patch of berries runs alongside maybe the creek. And so there's this sort of patch of sandier dirt, and Hey Kid is just squeezing a berry that looks like maybe it's far past its prime, and just dripping around. And you can see, actually, does anybody want to tell me what Hey Kid has drawn?
I got an idea. I want to hear yours, Amanda.
No, I want to hear yours. Go
okay.
For it.
Hey Kid is drawing.
I can embellish.
Right. Hey Kid is drawn is clearly Percy just from the body shape, but Percy has 3 dog heads. Is Hey Kid.
Percy sits on a throne.
Ooh.
And there's a bunch of fire behind Percy.
Wow.
I think Hey Kid stands back, hands on their hips, and says, "It's pretty good." Oh, you know what? They were crushing the juice with the hand and then using their tail to draw the picture.
Nice.
Nice.
The tail's kind of got a nice arrow at the end, bit of that devilish sort of pointed arrow tail type situation, and so I feel like Hey Kid does use it sometimes for things.
Gertrude smashes into the clearing and, "Hey Kid, are you okay? Where's the fire? Are you okay?" And Gertrude comes up and wraps her arms tight around Hey Kid from behind, which I think he probably hates.
Gertrude, let me go. Let me go. What are you doing?
Percy said there was a fire. Are you all right? Where's the fire?
There's always a fire. Percy's made of fire.
Where is it?
Percy is fire, I think. Ugh. And then as you let Hey Kid go, it's ugh. What are you doing today?
What do you mean?
You're being weird.
I'm not.
But not normal weird. You're usually weird in an, "Oh, I'm Gertrude" kind of way. Right now, you're being weird in "I'm Gertrude" kind of way.
No, you're being silly.
Race you to the next bush. And Hey Kid dashes off to the muddy bush.
Uh,
I think at the muddy bush, Percy is there.
Percy's everywhere.
Um,
What's Percy doing?
Percy says, did you just try to race to this bush? To Hey Kid?
Well, yeah. And I got here first because I beat Gertrude here.
Oh,
Dibs.
no, no, no.
Gertrude is following behind Hey Kid and picking up all the berries that Hey Kid has dropped on the ground by running too fast with their basket.
That's great. That's great.
Right. Dang, I was going to try to do
Too slow, Amanda.
Didn't say fast enough. No, 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 because I was here first, which means I get the first pick of the berries, says Percy. And I want this berry, and points at a particularly juicy snickerberry.
Gertrude has made it to the berry bush as you flip your coins. Percy, was there actually a fire? Why did you come in? You said there was a fire. I just... That's serious.
There
she's gonna start
was
picking
a
too.
fire. There was a fire, but it was not. I thought you saw the fire, and I just wanted to let you know that I didn't do. I had nothing to do with that fire. That was someone else. I can't say who. I don't want to be that kind of fire elemental. You know, you can never get away from that image once you start talking about other people lighting fires. So I can't say who it was, but there was a small controlled fire.
You guys can't keep saying fire and not giving a cigarette to the Yazeba bush. Hey Kid says petulantly, still a little mesmerized from their brief encounter with it earlier.
Oh my goodness.
It's right over there, and it looks like Yazeba, and she'd be smoking if she was here and heard you say fire so much.
I succeeded.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I failed. Gertrude is ignoring Hey Kid's weird thing about the Yazeba bush and is looking at Percy. Okay.
I didn't bring any cigarettes. I'm sorry, Hey Kid.
Do you know the Yazeba doesn't like it when you act like this?
When I act like what?
When you don't care about anybody else.
What?
When you don't think about what anybody else is thinking, but sort of in your own Percy world.
What? I don't know what you mean.
I know. I know you don't know what I mean. You don't have a lot of self-awareness, okay? And I'm just saying this to help you. Percy's not the only one in the world, okay? I know your great-great-grandfather is the sun, but the world doesn't rotate around you.
I found a berry. It's very good berry. Hey Kid says, interrupting someone.
Hey Kid, just a minute.
Are you at the muddy bush?
Still at the muddy bush, yeah. I think Hey Kid has snatched berry off the bush. I don't have to flip because Hey Kid has 0 berries. Nice. Wonder how that happened.
I think Gertrude, you would also get messy, wouldn't you? Because you're at the muddy bush.
Correct. I think Gertrude tries to turn around too fast to tell Hey Kid that she's talking and slips in the mud underneath the bush and like lands, boom, like full, just like butt in the mud puddle.
No.
Hey Kid bursts out laughing. Says,
"Oh,
you're a mess. You're a mess. You're a big mess. You're a big mess. Gertrude's gonna have to go back to the laundry room." Hey Kid says.
And I think that the slight pushback of Gertrude's shoulders, like the slight straightening of her spine that anybody paying attention to would have noticed today, it drops, and she for a moment just huddles smaller, trying to disappear from sight.
I think Percy reaches out a hand towards Gertrude and says, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I guess I just got caught up in all the fun of the berry picking and and Alex was lighting things up with little flames. I didn't realize that it would be so upsetting. I didn't want to worry you by telling you about it if it was something that you didn't observe. I thought you saw. I thought you were there, and well, I'm very sorry, Gertrude, and I hope you can accept my apology. And of course, we could get you changed. Here, let me help you.
Gertrude like really hesitates and finally like puts up a hand to take Percy's help. And like slowly stands up. Um, I'm sorry. I just feel weird today, and yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
think I'm just in a bad mood.
that's okay. We all have days where we don't feel well or we're in a bad mood. I have those days too. I don't know if you remember last week when the
Mm,
bathroom was on fire.
yeah,
That
I
was
do.
my bad day.
Yeah,
So
that was a bad day for
that's
me too, actually.
that was a bad day for everyone, I think. If we none of us could use the restroom on the second floor, and there's only so many in the B&B.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it was
think
between
quite
seven and 10.
embarrassing. So it's all right to have bad days.
Hey
And
Kid is
that's
going
what
to
we're all
chime
here
in,
for.
sounding something like an impression of Parrish, and
Mm.
say, when you have bad days, you have to just take a little time for yourself. Clearly quoting something that Parrish has said. Just have a little snack and a little sit down, and it'll all feel a little better, says Hey Kid, without a trace of irony.
That's a
That's
nice
pretty good
idea.
advice. Hmm.
I'm sorry that I said it like that, Percy. Um, I shouldn't have, but also I wasn't lying. I'm gonna go change. And Gertrude wanders off, trying to like back
Wait,
out of the what?
I think Hey Kid's gonna take the still like berry dipped tail and paint a little star on one of Gertrude's cheeks, real delicately. It's a surprisingly finessed gesture. Say, this is so you have to come back, cause just because you're leaving doesn't mean you shouldn't come back. And also, if you could bring one of Yazeba's cigarettes so we can give it to the Yazeba bush, that would mean a lot to me, and I don't really understand why.
Gertrude's eyes narrow as immediately she's like, "This is ridiculous," and then softens and she taps the star on her cheek. Yes, my shooting star will bring me back home. Be back in a second. And she stumbles off through the woods and starts running when she thinks no one can see her anymore.
I think that gives Hey Kid an idea. And Hey Kid is going to sprint on over to Moon Prince, bush or so away, um, arriving
Think
with a sort of
he's
skidding stop.
mm,
Moon Prince,
mm,
should I call you Moon Prince or the Moon Prince? It feels like it needs a the.
you can just call me Moon Prince. The Moon Prince is also fine.
I think even if you'd said that I should say just to say that I should say the Moon Prince, I might have still just called you Moon Prince because I'm not the Hey Kid. And that would be, it wouldn't. So, so Gertrude said something about shooting stars, bringing them back home. And I wanted to ask,
Hmm.
how can you go back home?
Well, well, I suppose I can't.
Does that mean you're going to stay here?
Well, I suppose I have no choice. I haven't really thought about it. Um, I don't have a ship.
Uh, Hey
Do
Kid
you
is
have
once,
ships on Earth? Maybe you
yeah,
have a ship,
I
Hey
think you
Kid.
can use them to get down the river. I saw someone who came to the bed and breakfast in a canoe once. Canoe, canoe, canoe. It's
What
fun to
about
say.
going up to a star? Have you ever been out?
I don't think the river goes that high, but it goes pretty far. Maybe we can find out someday. Wait, wait. And then Hey Kid again lifts their tail and this time paints a moon on your cheek. It says, I thought that this meant that people had to pick berries, but I think it might just mean that you're my friend.
Oh, well, that would be very nice. Wait, I think I have something. And I think from the bird's nest bush, uh, the moon prince is gonna grab a berry. I don't have any, so I don't have to do a whoopsie or anything. And then is going to poke it and use part of their glasses to draw a little circle on Hey Kid's cheek and be like,
Wow.
well, now we're definitely friends because we have the same markings
That
on the
doesn't mean I'm
moon.
gonna go easy on you, says Hey Kid, and snags the last berry from the bush with broken glass. Let's see how that goes for me. That is such a long flipping animation. It was not the result Hey Kid wanted, but I am going to flip again because that's something Hey Kid can do.
Yeah. Wait, are you eating one of your berries to do so?
Yeah,
Nice.
and it did work. I did get ahead. So I send one berry to the bush that looks sort of like Yazeba, and I will take one berry from the bush with broken glass. There we go. So Hey Kid says, got it. But even as snatching it, shoves another berry in their mouth. What's Gertrude doing?
um, I think we just cut back to Gertrude having changed. Oh, but Gertrude normally wears like kind of like a classic like sweatpant sweater outfit, sort of her normal thing. Um, Alex, if you wouldn't mind, Kurt, taking on that mantle for a second.
Got to change my posture though.
Alex is picking berries at the bird's nest bush, and speaking to like the like all like awful looking ravens that have like landed on the bush while Alex is there, like really happily, like a Disney princess, um, and Gertrude sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, don't sweat it. Yeah. Oh, I've seen a lot more than that.
and Gertrude comes into the clearing behind Alex and sort of says very softly, like, "Hi, Alex, can I pick with you?" And if
Yeah.
Alex turns to look, Gertrude is
Oh,
wearing the same sweatshirt, but a skirt, a purple skirt that sort of like has like sort of like textured, sort of thin layers
Tulle?
of fabric layered on top of each other, a soft sort of butterfly purple that cascades down to her ankles. Um, and she sort of very softly comes up beside Alex. Are there good
uh,
berries here?
when Alex said yeah, to you can pick with me, Alex didn't immediately look, but then sort of turns to look over and gives a little subtle nod that says, I see what you've done, but doesn't comment on it outright. Yeah, good berries. Good berries everywhere, though, I think. That's what the birds say.
I think it changes a lot between different bushes. Some bushes are just beautiful, just every berry delicious, and some the berries are small and they hardly come at all. I think it's the roots, soil.
Is that what you think? Says Alex, not in a challenging way, but in a playful kind of way, I think.
Gertrude looks up at Alex. What do you? Yeah, I just said it.
Hmm. And Alex is just gonna pick a berry because that's what we're here to do, and Alex isn't above that.
Gertrude too but Gertrude has flipped her 4 coins and failed, so I must do a whoopsie at the bird's nest bush.
You
Oh
must.
no, the grackles.
The grackles are going to chase me, but first I need to actually do a whoopsie.
I think as I snag a berry, it's such a light and easy gesture that it seems so tempting, so cool. You can just grab one. The grackles don't care.
Is that a whoopsie or is that?
No, I'm just telling you what it looks like and
All
why
right.
one might be tempted in spite of wearing a nice little skirt. To just snag a berry and not worry about birds.
Well, I definitely snag a berry, but I classic Gertrude just realizing that we haven't actually done very much berry picking in the parish. The sun's coming down the sky. She starts to pick overly aggressively, sort of like grabbing chunks of like branches and pulling all the berries off all at once, and taking on more than I can handle. The grackles are disturbed by this sort of like shaking of the bush, and go to the defense of the bush and sort of like take to the sky. And this one grackle like just comes dive bombing in right for Gertrude's basket, and she shrieks and starts to run from the bush. Alex!
I think Moon Prince notices that Gertrude is in need of some assistance and decides to try to keep her safe by having a diplomatic discussion with the grackles.
Mechanically, Alex is also not helping Gertrude because Alex went to grab another berry as this was happening. And I think what happened in the process did a little whoopsie over here. And Alex has a whoopsie, act aloof and disconnected. So for Alex, this looks like a Willy Wonka style. No, wait, don't. As Gertrude, like too eagerly, uncoolly picks a bunch of berries. Alex is having a moment of like, well, when I intervened, it didn't help. I think that's what's going on inside Alex right now. And so Alex watches it and shrugs, just grabs another berry. So the Moon Prince comes in.
Moon Prince rushes over. And
the grackles are dive bombing.
Clears their throat and begins to sing a song of peace.
Interesting. What does it sound like?
Well, it's probably
like
not.
Alien?
Yeah, it's probably not in like English, I don't think. I think it's a series. It's kind of sounds maybe a little bit like throat singing. With some more like guttural sounds. And yeah, I don't know if I could do it, but
I like that. I think it takes the grackles.
Ooh. Something like that.
Love it. I'm imagining it like takes the grackles by surprise. Like this sort of like alien noise comes through, and the grackles they just like go to like hover mode, where they're like all kind of like a little like thrown off, and they're trying to like figure out where is that coming from. And Gertrude looks up, and she just for a moment is just like watching the Moon Prince. Do you meet her eyes?
I think the Moon Prince is focused, but the song finishes with them throwing their voice at one of the bush where the grackles came from to try to like sort of send them back home.
Interesting. I think that last phrase is difficult to like get the power to like really like throw it out there. And Gertrude opens her mouth, and to the surprise of anybody who's been in the B&B with her for a while, she sings, and she sings in a rather beautiful tone. It's deep, a little bit, but soft, and like just tickles the ears. And she sings just a little tiny harmony on this alien melody, as the song finishes.
And I think the Moon Prince looks down at her and meets her eyes and smiles at her.
That's a really beautiful song.
Oh, thank you. Um, my mother taught it to me. It's something that I had to learn, as a prince. I always thought it was kind of embarrassing, but now I'm realizing it can be really useful. You have a really beautiful voice, by the way. You, you know, you would make a um great advisor on the moon.
Thanks. I think being an advisor doesn't sound very good.
No, no, it's a. I mean, things would never get done if we didn't have advisors on the moon.
Oh, so the people like you, they don't really make the decisions. You need people like us.
Um, well, we definitely influence decisions, but I wouldn't say that we make them ourselves. On the moon, to make a decision by yourself would be, well, I guess kind of foolish. And the advisors sort of oversee communities. And then together we usually come up with a solution. But we're seen as the people that make the choices. But really, it's more of a communal conversation than it is so much a hard ruling on the moon.
Hmm.
So yes, I would say advisors are, well, indispensable. I mean, nothing could get done if we didn't have advisors.
Well, I always thought I'd be a good advisor. I think I see a lot of things because no one's looking at me. They don't realize I see it. If you need advice here, I'm happy to be your courtly advisor.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. And I
Gertrude,
see you.
um, I I have a lot of berries in my basket. I've got to bring them in to Parish.
Oh, yes. We're tied.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Okay, I better go get some berries.
Yeah, I have to take them in. I said that already. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, yeah, okay, bye. Is there like one of those awkward moments where they go to like go, but then they're kind of going the same way?
Full rom-com.
Full
Bump into each
rom-com
other.
moment.
Somebody drops papers. Doesn't make any sense. No one was holding papers in the first place.
So where'd those come from? uh, okay.
I will bank
I think,
my berries.
yeah, bank those berries.
Thank those berries.
That means we're 2 ticks into the pie track.
2 ticks into the pie track.
Percy's holding on to 3 berries over there, just hogging them.
I think Moon Prince and Percy are both going to the bush that sort of looks like Yazeba and are going to try to take a berry.
Amanda's playing the game by herself. She's invited herself to a scene with herself.
You love to see it. A little bit of solo dialogue.
Well, Moon Prince failed, so Moon Prince attempts to reach out and grab one of those berries, but is hypnotized by the bush that looks like Yazeba. I think that's what happens. And I cannot pick any berries until I bring the bush something it wants and do a bingo. I just did a bingo too.
Did you?
I did, but none of you called dibs. So
I was looking for it, but I didn't think I had one on you. Damn it.
yeah, because I saved you.
Oh. Is that one of the bingos? Great. Cool.
Keep myself or someone else safe,
That's
even
true.
if it's against the rules.
True.
It wasn't against the rules, though. I don't think. I mean, I don't think I broke any rules doing it, but
Moon Prince
But
just has the
yes.
coolest character design. Not to like unseen us for a second, but I keep staring at all the pictures of Moon Prince going like, that's so cool.
Oh, I actually didn't flip the right amount of coins. So let me try that again. Actually, sorry, I flipped two. I should have flipped one.
Did you also flip for
Okay,
Percy?
it did fail. I will flip for Percy now. So Moon Prince fails. Oh, Percy really failed that. Wow. It was triple tails.
Nice.
So they both flub it. So they both become mesmerized by the bush.
That
And I
sounds
think
very funny.
At
Moon
this point,
Prince.
I think we see Hey Kid tripping over themselves into this scene, holding a pack of of cigarettes that they've clearly stolen from Yazeba, having seen that Gertrude has not done so. And Hey Kid is like tripping and like running and like more eager to do this than even to pick the berries. And you can see just to drive it home, there's also like a cigarette behind Hey Kid's ear. There's a cigarette. One is just held out of the mouth. Uh, and Hey Kid's reaches the bush and says, Yazeba, I mean bush that looks like Yazeba, bush that looks like Yazeba, I brought just what I know you want. Remember that one Christmas when I thought that all plants that were rolled into a gross paper circle were what you used, but it was a specific kind of plant and you didn't like it at all? This isn't like that. This one's real. And then Hey Kid looks over at the two other bush boozled ones. Hey Kid says, You do it like this. And Hey Kid, what are you doing, Hey Kid? Takes the cigarette that they've brought over here and put it against Percy like a cigarette lighter in a car, and then
I think
stares at
this
it for a
jolts
second.
Percy out of the hypnosis, at least that they were in.
And then you put it in Yazeba's mouth. And Hey Kid like delicately balances a cigarette from one of the branches. It's still a bad idea, but it does sure look like Yazeba Bush is smoking.
There's a lit cigarette in a bush.
There sure is. And then Hey Kid holds the pack up to the other two bamboozled ones.
Do it.
I think
Yazeba needs a cigarette. She's
I
always saying that.
I think that Percy takes one of the cigarettes and lights it on himself and places it as well in the bush, but because this is a whoopsie, is not as graceful and unfortunately does slightly set fire to the bush. And then freaks out and tries to clap the fire like off the bush. But of course he's made of fire, so yeah, it's only making it worse.
What's the Moon Prince doing?
The Moon Prince is still, I think, hypnotized and watches as they give this stick that is on fire to the bush, and they wonder what they realize that this is obviously part of this experience, and decide that the best course of action is to give the Yazeba bush something even more grand. As this is clearly the way to get the most berries, this must be part of that ritual. So they go back to the bed and breakfast, having had this sort of epiphany, which takes them out to get something better for the bush.
Okay. Well, this seems like a good moment for Gertrude to re-arrive now that there is a full-on fire. There's literally a biblical bush on fire in the middle of the woods. And
I guess we still get berries, though.
I actually gave both of your characters berries.
Oh, thank you.
Gertrude comes back like at a full run and sees Hey Kid there with like the little pack of cigarettes, staring up like, proudly at this bush that is now mostly on fire, and sees Percy. Maybe Alex is in the background, and Gertrude's like, "What did I say? I told you, be careful, and the bush is on fire. The whole forest could go down. Do something, Percy. Alex, do something."
At this point, there's a voice that cuts through it all as someone walks right up to the bush. A magic skeleton dressed in a full set of clothing, looking a lot like, in fact, wearing Gertrude's muddy pants. And the magic skeleton says,
"That's it, Yazeba. This time I'm going to get what I want. And I'm going to just take it from you. I'm here to ask you directly for once for your spell book."
Pointing, of course, at the bush with the lit cigarette. Not only is Rag and Bones very good at using terrible disguises, also very easily convinced by them.
Very susceptible to terrible. That's why all of his disguises are so terrible. You can't tell if they're bad.
You can't tell. You simply can't tell. You can't tell. So our magic skeleton, Rag and Bones, marches into the scene and says,
"You can't ignore me this time, Yazeba. You'll see. In fact, pay me more respect than this. I don't deserve this second-hand smoke."
And yet Rag and Bones is going to be helpful for real by accident and snatch the cigarette out of the bush and then clap the bush leaf that's on fire shut and say,
"Almost looked like you set yourself on fire there for a moment. Yazeba, give me the spell book."
I think it's at this time that the Moon Prince comes back from the bed and breakfast with the spell book. Which the Moon Prince decided to bring to the bush as a tribute, seeing that clearly this is some sort of honorary ritual that we do. Also, the Moon Prince is wearing a cape, a very long cape, and is trying to float, but is struggling to do so because Earth's gravity is not the same as the moon. And on the moon, normally the Moon Prince and other moon residents tend to float everywhere.
Rag and Bones looks from the bush to the Moon Prince holding the spellbook, the bush, the Moon Prince holding the spellbook, and then Rag and Bones says,
"I know what's going on here."
And the skeletal grin, it's always hard to tell what expression it really is, because it's always a grin, isn't it? You realize it's one of utter frustration as Rag and Bones throws his hands up and says,
"I can't believe it. I've been figured out. Yazeba would never give their spellbook away to this. Are you a robot?"
Looking at the Moon Prince.
They're a prince.
"It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know this is a fake, and I'll prove it."
And Rag and Bones snatches out the spellbook. And as soon as Rag and Bones touches it, there's a magical voice that says, "No, no, no, this isn't for you." It's like an automated voice. And then it flies out of Rag and Bones' hand and back towards the bed and breakfast, making a hole in the siding as it careens back into Yazeba's room.
You're really bad at this. Like, really bad.
That was for the bush. This is
I'm
not
great
for
at
you.
this, and I've seen it all. Next time I'll get it. But this time, foiled again.
And on Rag and Bones' shoulder, Ratto, his rat and most faithful and only minion, says,
"Rats!"
and Rag and Bones marches away.
You know, why does that guy seem really familiar to me? Wait, is this part of the whole Snickerberry situation?
This isn't really a normal part.
Oh.
He shows up sometimes. He's pretty bad at things.
Yeah, we had someone on the moon that looked a lot like that. Also, not very good at things on the moon.
Huh.
We had to send them in a shuttle off the the moon because they just couldn't. Well, they just couldn't get anything right. It was very unfortunate. We've never had to do that before.
Weird. Weird.
I think I am going to add one more thing. I think as Rag and Bones was walking away, a berry like snagged on their outfit. And then in the distance, as they walk away, you hear Hey Kid yell, "Dibs!" As they run up and snatch it from them. So that's just my little end cap on that.
Nice. Does
I
that leave
like it.
one berry left on the bush that looks sort of like a Yazeba?
Count them.
Yeah, one.
With the bush still like vaguely smoking, Gertrude tries to do the responsible thing. Let's just get the last berries off of here. I'm not sure this bush is going to make it through the night, and I'm just going to pick the last berry. So I have no coins.
Well, Percy's gonna grab one from the closest bush.
Nice. No punishment there.
Nope.
So that leaves 3 remaining bushes with berries on them. The closest bush, the muddy bush, and the bird's nest
Gotta
bush.
flip 4 coins.
Oh, also it leaves Percy with 5 coins. We'll be able to flip them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why it gave me a 6, but it was a fail. So
Gotta do a whoopsie.
Percy, as they rush over to the closest bush, does not realize exactly where they are, and is kind of lost has lost a sense of self-awareness, and ends up bumping into a tree.
And setting it on fire.
No, this is like a tree that was like recently planted. It could be one of the trees. Maybe when are we in the backyard, the front yard? We don't know where we are, do we?
Somewhere in
We're
the back.
roughly by the creek, I guess.
Roughly by the creek. This is a tree that was recently planted. I don't know if it was planted when the garden was being set up, or maybe around the same time as that. So it hasn't really had a lot of time to settle, and it's still very small. And Percy bumps into it, and it literally gets knocked over right out of the ground. It just kind of falls with a thud. Oh! Percy walks over and attempts to just stand it back up. It's clearly been derooted, but at least it's not laying down, is what Percy thinks, and kind of just pats the ground around it, hoping no one has seen what has happened.
Nice, I like that. I like that as a little secret scene that just Percy witnesses. Who enters? I think we should. I want everybody in at the 3 bushes. I want to see where everybody goes.
Percy's gonna cash in his 5.
Nice. Who joins Percy at the closest bush?
It's gonna be Hey Kid.
Nice. Great. Okay, Percy and Hey Kid. Who's at the muddy bush?
Moon Prince is at the muddy bush. Gonna try to get another sweet berry.
And Gertrude happens to find her way there as well. And that's going to leave Alex at the bird's nest bush just doing their own Alex thing.
Alex will
I
be
feel
where
like
they
Alex
need
has
to be.
been there for a while. Yeah.
Which scene do we want to see first? Closest or muddy? Let's do closest.
Okay.
Sure.
Percy and Hey Kid.
Just so you know, Hey Kid says to Percy, I would give you a berry drawing 2. You can see that Hey Kid now has 2 of them on themselves that they've drawn, 1 for each of the symbols that they've drawn on the other people. And Hey Kid says, but I don't know if it's safe to touch you.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense. I could see why you feel that. But I feel like it's pretty safe to touch me. I think you'll be safe. I don't usually set people on fire, only objects, usually. Oh, there was one time. It was only one time. And I was very small.
I don't understand. Is it safe or not? Hey Kid says, getting a little frustrated.
I think it's mostly safe. Like, I would say 98% of the time, it's safe.
And Hey Kid's eyes narrow, and then they say, okay, but you're just getting a dot. And it's gonna
That's
be,
fair.
it'll be an asteroid.
Oh,
I learned that word from space, says Hey Kid proudly. And then they dip their berry in juice and go, psh. And it's up to you whether or not it makes a sound.
I think it does that, yeah. I think you can smell the berry juice sizzling.
Hey Kid's mouth starts to water, and Hey Kid says, pie. We must be so close to pie now.
Oh, there's only 2 left, hey kid. Let's get the last berries on this bush.
Okay. And Hey Kid flexes their fingers. And I'm going to flip. For some reason, at this one feels like monumental.
I just take one because I cash mine.
Hey Kid does a whoopsie. But it's the closest bush, so nothing bad happens. Hey Kid just grabs a berry inelegantly, and it doesn't feel as final as Hey Kid wanted it to. So, Hey Kid crosses their arms and says, you don't have enough berries to give to Percy. You don't have enough berries to give to Parrish. Sorry. I think I always mix your names up because you're both...
They're both
different.
he names. Oh. Yes,
yeah,
we are.
I guess they are kind of the same name, though. Except that they're also kind of different.
Similar, but different. I would agree. I do not have enough berries right now. I just gave some berries to Parrish. Are you trying to get my berries, hey kid?
Dibs, says Hey Kid. And
What?
just gonna take your one more berry. I think that happens.
I don't think I did a bingo, did I? But I like that you're taking it anyways.
You stood up for yourself, I feel like, when you said about no, did you?
But I think Percy would just let Hey Kid have it.
Yeah, I think Hey Kid tentatively says dibs.
Yeah. And Percy just like puts the berry in Hey Kid's basket.
Cool. Great. So that is closest bush. Berryless.
Berryless.
And Hey Kid is going to turn it in, I guess.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Really? Wait, is
That's
that the last one?
That means, aren't we all, I guess we're not all tied. I guess.
We're tied for the number. So the recap is that. Wait, who was the first one?
Wins because Moonprince has the most. Moonprince was first.
Moonprince.
Is it the ones you've cashed in?
Yeah, I think it is.
So,
here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I don't think Hey Kid gets to the kitchen first necessarily because this happens concurrent.
So let's see what happens.
Though, I mean, we're not going to have enough either because we're only getting one.
Well, there was a little stealing involved, wasn't there?
There's a possibility.
Yeah, I guess there's a possibility.
I wanted to say. I know you've been sleeping in the ship out back. And you said it's comfortable.
The remnants of the ship.
Yeah, because part of it's in that bush over there. But I actually also ran away and ended up here. But like a little while ago. And there's not really like rooms for like more residents. Yazeba's kind of strict and tries to keep all the rooms for the guests. She says it's for commercial concerns, but I don't think the bed and breakfast makes any money. Anyways, um, she gave me a room, but I don't really use it. It's in the attic. Uh, there's an attic, and it's not nice enough
But
for anyone to stay in because it's a little dusty and there's a lot of spiders. Um, so I decided to just I just stay around in other places. It doesn't matter where. Um, but um, but you could have it if you wanted.
oh, well, um, thank you. I don't know what spiders are, so um, I might want to see the spiders first.
I can show you
And
spiders. They're small,
okay,
but
okay.
they have a lot of
Mm,
legs.
that's interesting. I've only ever seen the most legs. 4 legs is the most that we have
It'd be
on the
great if it was
moon.
like, well, I've never seen anything with more than 13 legs.
That's the most that we have on the moon. So, is it more than 4?
Yeah.
And do spiders hold any kind of power on this planet? Since they have so many legs, I mean.
Oh, yeah, power isn't really kind of like leg associated on this planet. But
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they're cool. They make webs and catch bugs. And if you don't like bugs, that's a great thing. And
No, I love bugs.
you know what bugs
Well,
are?
I don't know what bugs are, but I think I'll like them a lot. You're really you're really um selling me on it. I think that's this expression.
So
I heard someone say that in a commercial.
you just decided you liked bugs, even though you had no idea what they were. You just decided, I don't know what this thing is. I probably like it.
Yeah, it's exciting. There's so many new things here.
But
You know,
aren't most things
we didn't.
scary?
Mm, no, I think things are only scary because you don't understand something and it makes you worried that it's going to hurt you. But I don't think you'd hurt me. So I think if you're telling me about bugs, then bugs are probably okay.
You've
And
got
just
so
because
many
I don't
things to learn.
understand it. What are you talking about? I I will have you know that I know much about Earth. Um I know about how there are places that people go to sleep that are called beds. I know about that. And I also know that when you get up in the morning, one of your earth rituals is to grab a brush and brush your teeth. And then you also brush your hair. Why do you brush so many things? I'm not quite sure, but this is part of your routine. I know many things about Earth.
I'm impressed. You've been paying attention.
I have. So I think I'll be fine. And
Well,
unless bugs are going to, um, I don't know, I guess that turn me inside out. They can't be that bad. How big are they? Exactly. These bugs.
you'll find out. You've been kind of paying attention, but uh, uh, Gertrude, who now has on the other side of the bush, like, brings up a handful of berries, but not perfectly. I saw when you took my berries earlier, and I'm just going to tell you that that's not a cool thing. So while you were waxing poetic about all the things that you know about Earth, I took yours. And that's one thing you should learn about Earth. Sometimes consequences. And I'm gonna. You definitely bingoed with sharing a bit of knowledge that people didn't know you know. So I dibsed ya,
I did.
and I'm gonna try to flip my coins here and pick from the bush.
All right. Well, I'll pick from the bush without any problem then, since I have no berries.
uh,
Sad though, because I can't whoopsie.
you
What a
can
sentence.
whipsy for fun if you want it. Ugh, I can whoopsie just fine as I have failed. And you really have to pay more attention. It's fine, you know. You run away, and for a moment you think that your whole life can just be about the thing that you used to be, you know? But someday you're going to learn. There's something more.
Have you learned?
Yeah.
Well, what more is there?
You can be the person you want to be. And at this, Gertrude spins in her skirt, which like floats out in every direction. And as she's doing that, we are standing right beside the muddy bush. And as her heel spins in the mud, it slips out from underneath her, and she lands poof, into the mud, covering the purple dress in mud. Oh God! Oh God! This is the first time I wore this.
As she goes to slip, the Moon Prince attempts to leap up to catch her, but realizes that leaping is not as effective on this planet because of the gravity, and also falls into the mud, even though they didn't technically whoopsie on the picking of the berries, but just so I can whoopsie at the bush. And that falls.
You too?
Yeah, right beside her.
I think Gertrude starts giggling. There's like mud like over her face and the Moon Prince's face, and like across the Moon Prince's glasses.
I think the Moon Prince also starts giggling and says, This is really fun. I don't even know how good pie can be if this is this much fun. Is the pie better than this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, at least if you get a big piece, which unfortunately you're not going to. Dibs, my friend, and Gertrude takes the last berries from your pot. I saw you try to save me. And she gets up and brushes the mud very ineffectively off of her skirt. I will see you inside with my big piece. Don't get lost. And she tromps back towards the house with 5 berries in store.
I think we see a quick glimpse of Alex. We're not seeing a scene of Alex picking berries. Alex has just been kind of quietly overseeing things. But as Hey Kid is running by a little earlier, we do see Hey Kid stop, give Alex a dubious glance, and then go and draw a shooting star out of berry juice on Alex before dashing the rest of the way to the house. I say we need one more coin flip.
Ooh.
To see who serves up that last a piece of pie.
Hey Kid versus Gertrude. The race. Do we just flip one coin?
Yeah, I think so. Heads for Hey Kid, Gales for Gertrude.
Amanda, do you want to do the honors?
I will flip one coin.
Heads for Hey Kid, Gales for Gertrude.
Gales for Gertrude.
Is it Gales?
Mm-hmm.
It was just that
I
one
did
moment.
it on Google, so it is that dramatic flipping. We got the flames, so that's Gales.
It was that one moment where Hey Kid stopped and drew that shooting star that slowed him down for the split second as Gertrude makes the door, and Hey Kid is used to Gertrude being a little slow, a little timid, and always looking out for him. But as they approach the door to the kitchen, she just scoots right in front and opens the door and slams it right behind her and smiles at him through the glass pane as she puts her basket onto the island in the center of the kitchen. Parrish, I think I won.
And I think that's where we cut our chapter. So
We have to answer the questions about the pie.
You have to answer questions with the pie?
Yes.
whoever has the most banked chaos coins at the end of the chapter wins. Oh. So it's the opposite then.
What?
And describes the enormous slice of snickerberry pie they've won and why it's so much better than everyone else's.
Banked means the ones you've
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's what we decided. The bed and breakfast gets a berry-stained basket, and we hold on to any leftover unbanked chaos coins for housekeeping.
Which is quite a few, I think.
It's quite a few.
7?
Gertrude eats that giant piece of pie, which is truly quite massive. And there's no way that Gertrude can finish it reasonably, but she tries her darndest and does not share it with anybody, despite Haykid's big, pleading eyes. Sharon, this one is for her. And she goes to bed in the laundry room with an upset stomach. And we get a berry-stained basket for our troubles. And have, yes, 7 coins for housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, that was a fun little story. I loved it.
It was a fun little story.
It's a good one. I feel like it was the good natural follow-up to what happened before, and also a strong introduction for our prince.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good for the prince.
Very curious how everyone will be portraying Mooney.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Kurt Moon and Anthony Moon.
Well, let's not say it like that, shall we? Okay. So we get a single square sticker, and I have a feeling I know where you two want it.
I have a thought, but I don't remember I don't remember what we're doing. My only thought is Path to Mondays?
That's my thought, yeah.
Okay. If you aren't perfectly remembering all the little intricate details of this game, when Gertrude sold her heart to the conniving Fairy Monday, we opened up a new track that must be filled with these square keepsakes. Is that what they're called, or am I making it up? Yeah?
I think they're keepsakes.
Yeah, these square keepsakes in order to just open a new chapter called Monday's Game, I believe. Which we don't really know what it's about, but one can suspect.
We also don't even know where it is. It says if you can find it.
Oh. My goodness. How many spots does it have?
4.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Is that where we're going to put the basket?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now,
And then we
Moon
got
Prince.
7 things.
How many of your side quest things did you do, Moon Prince?
How many quests?
How many of your
quests did
Curious Planet quests?
I did 2.
Nice. That gets you 1 free check mark on, it says, I think, 1 of your tracks, which is...
Oh.
Do you have multiple tracks as the Moon Prince? You have 0 tracks. What?
Oh, I think it's just
tracks in general.
like any tracks.
Okay.
It's not like specifically Moon Prince's tracks.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I do remember we were trying to start a book club, I think.
That is true.
Yeah, we could start the book club. You guys want to put into the book club?
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
We're almost there.
Let me take a little peek. What else are we working towards? Pull up tracks and shelves here. Very good. Oh yes, there's a lot of fun stuff. There's the book club. There's an author. There's an adventurer. There's the jacuzzi.
The jacuzzi. There's the electric kettle.
There is.
There's the pizza party.
Wait, I just realized. I want to fill in people who are watching that Kurt is doing some masterclass stuff behind the scenes that no one is noticing. The Alex's track is like drawing tattoos on them from like special experiences they've had along the way, and you'll remember that at the very end, Hey Kid drew a shooting star on Alex, and it has been drawn onto the spreadsheet here as one more tattoo for Alex's arm, which is pretty cool.
That's nice. That's pretty cute.
That's not the impressive thing I did in the spreadsheet this week.
There's another thing. Do you want to talk about it?
No, why don't you tell the listeners at home?
Okay, I don't really understand even how impressive this is, because it feels to me to be too impressive, and I don't understand how Kurt has done it. But
Are you talking about the chapter?
so, like, yeah, in this chapter,
Yes.
when we change the number of berries left on each of the bushes,
it changes.
it changes the number of berries on
the
each
picture.
bush. Okay, let me show you. I'll bring you over to the browser. I think this will work.
Also, show them the pie track.
Yes, that's the other
That's
thing.
also nuts.
So you'll see here on the bird's nest bush, right now it says 2, and there's 2 little red berries. But if I set it to 1, there's 1 little red berry. And if I set it to 5, 5. Oh, 5. And there's 5 little red berries. And that's been happening the whole time, which I really didn't notice until Kurt said it in the chat that we wouldn't notice. And I was like, wait, I didn't notice.
Well, I've noticed the entire time.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for
But I
stealing
just
your thunder over there.
remembered that Kurt was talking about, like, doing something like that with the spreadsheet. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is what Kurt was talking about.
Kurt, how much work? Okay, so for the berries, I guess it's fairly easy to Photoshop a bunch of different versions with different amounts of berries.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
But this pie track.
I'm assuming it's just a different image. So, like, each time you click on, it's a different image that we get. So it's either 1 slice or 2 slice.
Yeah, but you had to make all these images. They didn't exist.
Sure, I drew some pies.
You drew some pie. What was the original image like?
Ah, that's the miracle, is that I did it well enough that you don't know which one's in the book.
Which one's in the book? We have to
I
go
think
find
it's
out
this
now?
one. I think it's the one where the big slice of pie is missing.
You think the big
That's
slice?
the one that's
That
in the
makes
book,
sense, kind
yeah.
of.
We're placing our bets, folks.
That's what I think.
I should place my bet before we find out. Yeah, that one does look good, I gotta say.
Because that makes the most sense given the context of the chapter, narratively.
But some of it's so smooth, you know? Like, wow.
It's so smooth. I was like, I literally thought these all must be somehow in the book, and then I was like, unless Kurt.
I'm gonna
Really?
pre-register two remaining slices just to be different.
Okay, we have a bet on 3 out of 4 and a bet on 2 out of 4.
Let's find out. Remodeled library, Snickerberry season. Oh, there was no pieces missing.
This is a full pie.
Full pie.
Full pie, baby.
Wow.
So you added the bisection or whatever you call that of the pie.
That's crazy.
The cross section of the pie.
How did you do this, Kurt? How much time did it take? What's happening?
Yeah, how much time did it take?
Why?
I got a little
Why?
more time now that I'm not learning a new game every week. That means I can put it towards doing other ridiculous nonsense,
Like drawing slices of pie.
like drawing slices of pie.
How many games could have been birthed into the world if Kurt wasn't providing us with beautiful little spreadsheet gifts every week?
Oh my
Ah.
goodness.
We have a great suggestion.
Yeah, what's this package track?
Oh yeah, the package track. That is the Book of Magic.
What?
I think it's page 147. Well, there's actually 2 tracks related to
Is
packages.
it that one?
I would say the one after that is also valuable. And those would get us more stickers, and stickers are what we're short on vis-a-vis making impacts to both Gertrude's story and the broader book story.
Okay, fun. So I'll show people in the book here. So one of the extra tracks is once this track fills up, a package arrives. It's over here on the right side. The bed and breakfast gets a decorative mug, a brand new book, or a novelty hat. And think how good it would be if we got a brand new book that could be the start of the book club.
Oh, smart, smart.
Erase the track and tell everyone who your package is from. That's fun. Let's do it. Which one of these is it? This one. Okay, how many checks do we have left over, guys?
Okay, so we are lucky in that Gertrude's track did not fill. Because Gertrude has a track that all Gertrude's leftovers must go towards if Gertrude has any. And it's just a sadness track, basically.
It's just a sadness track. Heartache.
But did you have any left over?
Gertrude
No.
turned them all in.
Turn them all in at the end.
Yeah. So do we have to put into Gertrude's sadness track?
Nope.
No, only Gertrude's leftovers need to go there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can put our leftovers wherever we want.
Wherever we want. Let's go through the characters that were implicated today. I don't think Rag and Bones needs anything. That was just funny.
That's just funny. I agree.
I love Rag and Bones' track though, but didn't walk away with any berries. So.
Alex doesn't have a track. Alex has tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And we have already added a tattoo.
Moon Prince doesn't have a track. Moon Prince has like a checklist.
Percy has a track.
Which I did check off 2 things, by the way.
Nicely done.
Made an earthling friend named Hey Kid.
Nice.
I observed a strange new earthling ritual that I still don't understand. Offering up cigarettes to a bush.
Excellent. Classic earthling ritual.
I'm always doing that. Hey Kid also has tracks.
Ooh, Hey Kid has tracks. That's actually a good one.
Yeah,
I think we're going to drop another in creative from Hey Kids.
Yeah, I like that with all the
And I think one in mature as well, because I think Hey Kid maybe handled the loss of the berries, the not biggest slice of pie, if not with grace, then at least off camera.
Nice. Okay. That's 2
yeah.
ticks for Hey Kid.
Yeah. Does Hey Kid want one more in funny, deep, or cool, or are we going to leave it at that?
I think that's good for now.
Great.
Percy has a track that is flames. And whenever it fills up, you erase all of it, and then you check off a box below. Reconsider my pronouns, pick a new name, try out something I've been scared to try, tell everyone about a new interest.
I feel like we should give them at least one.
Yeah, I think 1 is good. And then we still have the book club. We could do the parcel. There's also the Book of Magic. That one sounds pretty cool. All of them sound good, really.
I would jam things in the parcel one myself, but I'm open to other ideas.
How many do we have left?
4.
Do you guys want to do 1 in the book club and then 3 in the parcel?
Sure, sounds
We're
good.
really close to finishing the book club.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
But now I have a new goal of trying to get to the end of the package track before the book club track starts so that we can read the book in the book club.
Oh, the brand new book?
Yeah.
Oh, well then yeah, let's put all 4 in there if you guys want to do that. Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, we are 4 out of 12, I think, on our package track. We added a couple to Percy and to Hey Kid.
8 out of 12 on our book club track.
Delightful. And
how many did we just check off 4? Because I thought we had 5 left. Oh, 1 went to Percy. Okay, great.
Did I do the math
Wait. There's 4 left. Because at the end of the chapter, for each track that Moon Prince ticked this session, they get for every 2 checkbox checked. Okay, so there's one more from Moon Prince.
Okay, so why don't we put it into the parcel?
Your call, Amanda. It was your
put
hard
it in
work.
the parcel.
Great.
Put it in the parcel. Mm-hmm. All right, into the parcel she goes.
Lummox, great idea. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
We're coming up with names for prog rock bands in the chat. I like that. That's a good stream right there. That's a quality stream right there. Okay.
I also love prog rock. I've never spoken this aloud in public before, just so you know.
Just so you
I
know.
do, in fact,
Kurt
love
understands.
prog.
Guys,
The old shit, too.
that brings us to the end of this little episode of Lies
Diddy.
You'll Enjoy. That was fun. I'm so glad we came back and we finished this this chapter. I kind of thought like maybe like what's the point? But there were so many good things that happened. I felt like Moonprince and Gertrude really got to connect. And
A lot of good growth for Gertrude in general in this chapter, I feel like.
yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun to play.
But we also saw some interesting lateral movement where I think Gertrude would have been more sweet, more open, less, if things had been different for Gertrude.
Yeah, maybe wouldn't have tried to win so hard. Next week, some of us are going to be back, I think is the most likely thing.
Yeah.
Kurt and Amanda will be here. I'm in school right now. I have exams, so I will not be there. I apologize. But these two will come play something fun. Do you guys know what you're going to play?
There's a couple options.
Okay.
We could even do one of the weirder hidden Yazeba things.
I think that would be
I don't
great
know.
if you wanted to.
So Amanda and I will have a little chit chat on Monday, and we will see how we're feeling.
But I guess you could even play Pancake War.
That's, now that you say it, that's
can do
actually
it.
probably the move.
Yeah,
We
great.
should
That's
do
probably the
Pancake
best
War.
move.
Yeah,
Pancake War.
I didn't want to be there for that. So
Two-player
perfect.
Pancake War.
It hadn't even crossed
Sounds
my mind,
excellent.
but now that it has, makes so much sense.
Great. Okay, well then that's planned. So next week, Kurt and Amanda will be back. They'll be playing Pancake War.
Pancake
Definitely. No
War.
way that doesn't happen.
Definitely.
And until then, is there anything that you guys want to share with people this week? Anything they should know about?
Hold on. Early Genesis rules, by the way. Lummox. That's such a good pick. I could listen to Watcher of the Skies all day. Oh. Sorry. Yes.
I will say, for me, just check out my YouTube. There's going to be videos going up this week while I'm gone, and I might do a vertical live over there while I'm away if I can get it to work. So, and if my phone doesn't overheat in the tropics, which it does like to do when I use it. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Yes.
Have so much fun, Amanda.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Have a good little break.
Have so much fun.
I will. It should be fun. Should be fun. I'll still be doing work, so don't worry. I'll still be doing stuff, but just not streaming like 6 hours a day.
But I bet you can still find videos coming out on your YouTube channel. Is that something people can look forward to?
Yes, there will still be
Nice.
daily videos up there. There'll still be daily Pokemon unboxes. In fact, when I'm done this, I'm going to film a few more so that they're ready to go up throughout the week.
Fun.
So yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Kurt, you got anything in the hopper?
Yeah. I'm always making games. I'm looking at January, probably, launching my Kickstarter sock puppets.
Ooh.
So keep an eye out for that if you like yelling at each other with puppets, which
do.
honestly, I do.
I
Who
do.
doesn't?
I do like it. Outside of that, yeah, just play games, have fun, feel feelings. Thanks for coming today, folks. What a pleasure to have you here with us on a Monday again. I guess I will do one small call to action. If you like this, feel free to mention it to folks, because it would be nice to someday hit that 50 follower mark so that we can Twitch thinks we're real.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if you've got
Yeah.
some little Discord or group of friends that like weird games. Let them know. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, no pressure. But, if you want to say something, word of mouth is nice. That's pretty much all there is to that from my end. So thank you once more for everyone coming along, and thank you to Anthony and Amanda. You're so great.
You're so great.
And thanks everybody who joined us. There was some very sweet chats happening across both platforms, and I was too absorbed in my game to say anything, but just know that it's nice to hear people sharing things from their lives and stuff. It makes it feel like you're playing games with friends around your kitchen table. So thanks all for joining us tonight. And with that, we will stop lying to you, and you can go back to the rest of your week where people mostly tell the truth or lies that you don't enjoy, and you can look forward to coming back to a place where all lies are joyful. See you next week, guys. Bye.